Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into one of the most controversial topics surrounding the Duggar family. The Duggars have been in the spotlight for years. Ever since 19 Kids and Counting introduced the world to Jim Bob, Michelle, and their massive family, their strict religious upbringing and adherence to the teachings of the Institute in Basic Life Principles, or IBLP, has drawn both admiration and criticism. Lately, some critics and media outlets have labeled the family as a cult, and that's where Jackson Duggar steps in to set the record straight. Jackson, the oldest son in the Duggar family, recently spoke publicly about these claims, insisting firmly that his family is not a cult. He explains that while they follow strict faith-based principles and maintain a highly structured lifestyle, their actions come from devotion and personal choice, not manipulation or coercion. According to Jackson, the family's faith is meant to guide them in love, commitment, and moral living, and not to control or harm anyone. He emphasizes that understanding the family requires context. From an outsider's perspective, certain rules might seem extreme, like courtship guidelines, homeschooling, or family roles. But within the Duggar household, these are viewed as expressions of faith and values. Jackson points out that every family sets rules and standards for behavior, and for the Duggars, those rules are faith. Critics often compare these rules to a cult because they're strict and unconventional by modern standards. Jackson counters this by explaining that there's a clear distinction between choosing to follow religious principles and being forced to obey without consent. He acknowledges that their lifestyle isn't for everyone and that some may see it as unusual, but to the family, it's a conscious choice, rooted in belief, tradition, and love. Over the years, the Duggar family has faced numerous controversies beyond their faith, including scandals involving some family members' personal actions, which the media has amplified. Jackson clarifies that while no family is perfect, it's unfair to label the entire family as a cult because of individual mistakes or public scrutiny. He explains that the term cult implies manipulation, deception, and controlling behavior for the benefit of a few leaders, and that does not reflect the Duggar family's reality. Jackson also shares insights into how the family lives day to day. Despite their large size, they emphasize education, faith, work ethic, and personal responsibility. They celebrate milestones, achievements, and community service, maintaining close bonds while encouraging personal growth. For Jackson, this structure is empowering rather than restrictive. He recalls how family traditions, regular devotionals, and shared responsibilities have helped him and his siblings grow into responsible adults. He stresses that the love and support within the family are at the core of their way of life. The reality TV exposure, however, complicates public perception. Cameras capture moments selectively, often focusing on drama or unusual events, which can distort the full picture. Jackson points out that viewers only see what producers want to highlight, leading to misconceptions about their family dynamic. He encourages the public to look beyond the headlines and seek understanding before passing judgment. Jackson's interview also touches on the balance between public scrutiny and private life. Being constantly in the media has been challenging, yet he emphasizes the importance of remaining grounded in faith, family values, and mutual respect. He believes that these principles have guided him through controversies and helped him maintain perspective. Throughout the discussion, Jackson remains candid about mistakes and growth. He acknowledges that the family, like any other, experiences disagreements, learning moments, and personal struggles. What differentiates them, he argues, is their commitment to faith-based guidance rather than coercion or control. Toward the end of his message, Jackson reiterates that labeling the Duggar family as a cult oversimplifies their lifestyle and misrepresents their intentions. He invites viewers to consider context, family structure, and personal choice before using such loaded terms. The takeaway, according to Jackson, is that the Duggar family operates with love, faith, and intentional values. Their adherence to strict principles is a reflection of belief, not manipulation. While outsiders may not understand their way of life, it is neither harmful nor coercive. Jackson's defense highlights a broader point about judging families with different lifestyles and traditions. Every family has unique rules and norms shaped by culture, religion, and personal beliefs. Misunderstanding these can lead to mislabeling, as he believes happened with his family. In conclusion, Jackson Duggar's statement is firm and clear. The Duggar family is not a cult. They are a deeply religious, structured, and loving family who follow principles they believe in wholeheartedly. While their way of life may seem unusual to some, it is a conscious choice, not a manipulative system. His message calls for understanding, context, and respect when discussing families with alternative lifestyles, emphasizing faith, love, and intentional living above all else. The Duggar family has always been a topic of fascination, scrutiny, and sometimes controversy. While Jackson Duggar has defended his family against cult allegations, it's important to understand the broader context of their lifestyle, values, and public perception. The Duggars, with their devout adherence to IBLP teachings, have created a family culture that is unlike most modern American households. Rules around courtship, family responsibilities, and education may seem extreme to outsiders, but for the Duggars, these are methods to cultivate discipline, faith, and mutual respect. Jackson often explains that these rules are not about control, but about guidance. He describes how the structured approach of his upbringing has helped him make deliberate life choices, avoid pitfalls, and focus on personal and spiritual growth. Many critics argue that large families with strict rules are inherently controlling. Yet Jackson counters this by emphasizing that freedom of choice remains central in his household. Siblings are encouraged to pursue their interests, careers, and education within a framework of values. And while parents provide counsel, the ultimate decisions rest with the individuals. In this context, the term cult feels misplaced. Jackson notes that true cults manipulate, isolate, and coerce members for the benefit of leaders. In contrast, the Duggars live in a transparent family system where accountability, faith, and love are core principles. The media often simplifies their story, highlighting dramatic events or rule enforcement without showing the supportive, loving environment behind the scenes. Jackson points out that the family's participation in reality TV amplifies misunderstandings. Producers focus on moments that generate discussion, which can make normal family disagreements or guidance appear extreme. To balance this perception, Jackson shares stories about daily Duggar life, siblings helping with household chores, family meals, shared devotional time, and celebrations of milestones. These examples demonstrate that the family operates with care, not coercion. Beyond daily life, Jackson addresses the public's curiosity about personal mistakes or controversies involving certain family members. He is candid about these incidents, acknowledging human flaws while clarifying that they do not define the family as a whole. Accountability and personal responsibility are key teachings in the Duggar household. Jackson also touches on his relationship with faith. He explains that IBBP principles have guided his ethical framework, encouraged personal development, and fostered meaningful relationships. Faith, for Jackson, is a choice that shapes character rather than a tool of manipulation. Furthermore, Jackson encourages viewers to examine cultural biases. Unconventional family structures often draw criticism, especially when they deviate from societal norms. He challenges viewers to differentiate between cultural unfamiliarity and actual harm, noting that misunderstanding often fuels sensational headlines. The Duggar family's commitment to service, community engagement, and family cohesion also counters the notion of a cult. From volunteering in local initiatives to mentoring younger siblings, the Duggars demonstrate care, responsibility, and intentional living. Jackson emphasizes that these acts reflect family values, not coercive control. In closing, Jackson urges the public to seek nuance. His defense highlights the difference between strict yet loving guidance and coercive manipulation. The Duggar family, he insists, operates on choice, faith, and shared principles. While the world may label their lifestyle as unusual, it is neither dangerous nor manipulative. By understanding context, history, and family dynamics, viewers can appreciate the Duggars' commitment to faith and family without defaulting to extreme assumptions. Jackson's message is clear. Labels like cult oversimplify complex family systems, and the Duggar story is one of devotion, structure, and love, rather than secrecy or coercion.